Hi everyone! My name is Closet Chloe. I've been cosplaying for about 3 years now, and I specialize in closet cosplay. For those of you who don't know what that is, closet cosplay is when you make a costume using clothes that you either already have in your house or buy at the mall. This can also be known as found item cosplay. I'm a huge fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! I watched the show growing up, and even today I still follow the abridged series. So for my next project, I decided to put together my Valentine's outfit from the Battle City arc, and I'll be wearing it for Liberty City AnimeCon this weekend. Some of the pieces were really easy to find. The skirt was only $5 at Forever 21. The crop top was from American Apparel. I cut up some ribbon to make the lace pattern, securing it with fabric glue, and then I tied a little bow and sewed that on top as well. I know a lot of my cosplayers wore black boots, but I actually got really lucky finding these. They were only $20 on eBay. The jacket was definitely the most difficult part to find and modify. Luckily though, I was able to find one on eBay for only $11. This is what the jacket originally looked like. The pocket lines, and some lines at the top to better match Mai's. Once I cut the sleeves off, it was a matter of sewing bias tape onto the zipper lines. For an extra touch, I decided to reuse some of the fabric from the sleeves I cut off and add the little metal buttons that you sometimes see at the bottom of her jacket. And this is what the whole thing looks like now. So, I'm all packed already because the convention is tomorrow. I'll be wearing Mai on Saturday for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Photo shoot. I'm also bringing Panty Anarchy for a second outing. I'll be wearing her during Friday's festivities. So the good news is, my dual disc came on time. The bad news is, it doesn't fit in my suitcase. I'll figure something else out. I've only been on the con for about 5 minutes, and I already got my picture taken by 5 people. I'd say it's a pretty good morning so far. Obligatory rifle shot!
It's just no. It's way up there. XYZ monsters or whatever. And I'm like, no, I'm done. I'm officially retired from Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm not coming back.
For those who aren't familiar with the show or just haven't seen it in a while, Mai is a recurring character who first appears in Duelist Kingdom. Yugi and his friends meet her while on the boat heading to the island. She initially comes off as materialistic and a snob, but despite their rivalries in the duel arena, she eventually becomes friends with them. She's often shipped with Joey, for those of you who are into that. One of the most obvious things fans noticed in the English dub was when Mai's voice actress was suddenly changed going into Season 4. So it's been a pretty long day, a lot of pictures were taken, but I had a really good time at this con.
And that's episode 8 of the Cosplay Life, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Closet Chloe for taking time out of not only your busy con schedule, but also your busy life at home to really show us how you crafted your cosplay, why you enjoy your cosplay, so on and so forth. This episode showed a couple things, I feel. One, it showed that you don't need to spend, hundreds of dollars or hundreds of hours crafting an amazing cosplay. You can go to a thrift store. You can go to Goodwill. I feel like the idea that you need to create everything for a cosplay that's really penetrated the community since Heroes of Cosplayers on Sci-Fi a couple years ago. I think that's really kind of turned a lot of people away from cosplay, or even stopped people from entering the community, which I don't feel is a good thing. You can do both. I do both. I've completely sourced costumes elsewhere. I've grabbed stuff out of my closet before. I made a Joker for Madison Freak Fest here a few years ago that the only two things I really bought were, I believe, a green vest and a purple jacket, and everything else I already had. You know, and I consider that a cosplay just as much as the Green Arrow one that I'm working on right now, where half of it's going to be made by me, or the Robin costume, where pretty much everything was made by hand. So I feel like even if you aren't going to spend $1,000 on a costume, or spend $300 hand sewing something together, your cosplay is still an awesome cosplay, and I think Closet Chloe showed that perfectly in this episode. Another thing she showed too is anime conventions can be really fun. Even if you're a comic book guy, comic book girl, anime conventions are really fun. In the community here in Wisconsin, you can usually find about one convention a month, give or take, and 9 times out of 10 it's going to be an anime con. I don't know why that is. It's just the way it is here in Wisconsin. And the surrounding area, I know Iowa and Minnesota, and a lot of times Illinois are like that as well. But personally, I kind of like those smaller conventions. The sense of community is more. While the vendors may not be as good, that's fine. I have a lot of stuff that I don't already need. The cosplays are always fun. Everything's more laid back, and you get better panels, I feel. Not to say that the Wizard World don't have awesome cons. My favorite convention to go to is C2E2, but the corporate cons a lot of times it's kind of lacking in community. Unlike these smaller anime conventions, but that's just my personal opinion. If you feel differently, that's great. But that is it for this episode. If you would like to be featured in a future episode, just message us on Facebook, on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. You can email us at abwcosplay@gmail.com. We'll have all the information at the end of this episode. So thank you once again for watching, guys. When we started this venture, we never ever anticipated the response we would get from the community, and every view is truly appreciated. So thank you once again, and have a good night, guys.